In the heart of Harlem, amidst the jazz-filled nights and the bustling streets, rose a figure whose name would become synonymous with the underworld of 20th century America. Welcome to our deep dive into the life of Ellsworth Bumpy Johnson, the enigmatic Godfather of Harlem. A man of contradictions, Johnson was feared and revered, a criminal mastermind and a community advocate. Today we unravel the story of Bumpy Johnson, from his early days in the shadows of Charleston to becoming the kingpin of Harlem. Join us as we explore his journey through crime, power, and legacy. Ellsworth Bumpy Johnson's journey from a humble beginning to becoming a notorious figure in Harlem's underworld is a tale marked by resilience, strategic alliances, and a deep understanding of the streets. Born on the 31st of October 1905 in Charleston, South Carolina, Johnson moved to Harlem, New York, with his family as a teenager. This move would be the first step in a life that would see him become one of the most infamous crime bosses in American history. Johnson's early life in Harlem was challenging. He earned the nickname Bumpy due to a cranial bump, a physical trait that would later become synonymous with his identity. Despite the hardships, he showed a keen intelligence and a natural charisma. Johnson's education in the streets of Harlem was far more influential than his formal schooling, teaching him the intricacies of survival and success in a world fraught with crime and poverty. As a young man, Johnson quickly learned the value of both fear and respect in the criminal hierarchy. The turning point in Johnson's criminal career came when he met Stephanie St. Clair, a prominent figure in the Harlem numbers racket. St. Clair, recognizing Johnson's sharp mind and leadership qualities, took him under her wing. This mentorship was crucial in Johnson's rise, providing him with valuable insights into the operations of organized crime. Johnson's illegal activities spanned various illicit enterprises, most notably the numbers racket, an illegal lottery popular in Harlem. He was instrumental in protecting and expanding this lucrative venture. Another significant operation was his involvement in the narcotics trade, particularly during the 1940s and 50s, when heroin became a major commodity in the criminal underworld. Johnson's role in the drug trade marked a significant expansion of his criminal portfolio and influence. One of the most notable events in Johnson's career was his involvement in the so-called Harlem Numbers War of the 1930s. This was a violent conflict for control of the numbers racket in Harlem, involving several key figures in the criminal underworld. Johnson, known both for his strategic mind and his willingness to resort to violence when necessary, played a critical role in these power struggles. Throughout his criminal career, Johnson formed various alliances and rivalries with other crime figures. His relationship with the infamous mobster Dutch Schultz is particularly noteworthy. Schultz, who sought to take over the Harlem numbers game, found a formidable opponent in Johnson. Their rivalry was intense and often violent, reflecting the brutal nature of organized crime during that era. Johnson also had connections with the Italian-American mafia, notably with figures like Lucky Luciano. These alliances were strategic, allowing Johnson to navigate the predominantly Italian-American controlled world of organized crime and ensure his survival and prosperity in a racially segregated society. His ability to work with different ethnic groups in the criminal underworld was a testament to his diplomatic skills and understanding of the complex dynamics of power and influence. Ellsworth Bumpy Johnson's life was not just a series of criminal exploits, but also a continuous dance with the legal system and law enforcement. His final years and legacy offer a complex picture of a man who was both feared and respected. Throughout his criminal career, Johnson faced numerous arrests and legal confrontations. Despite his extensive involvement in various illegal activities, he often managed to avoid long-term imprisonment. His arrests typically revolved around charges of gambling, narcotics, and occasionally more violent offenses. However, due to a combination of legal savvy, lack of substantial evidence, or the unreliability of witnesses, Johnson frequently managed to escape heavy sentences. The later years of Johnson's life saw a gradual decline in his power and influence. While he remained a respected figure in Harlem, the changing dynamics of the criminal world and his own aging led to a reduced role in the day-to-day operations of the underworld. Ellsworth Bumpy Johnson passed away on the 7th of July 1968 from congestive heart failure. His death marked the end of an era in Harlem's criminal history. Today, Ellsworth Bumpy Johnson is remembered as a complex figure in the annals of American crime history. His legacy is a blend of Robin Hood-like folklore and the harsh realities of criminal life. He's been portrayed in various films, television shows, and books, often depicted as a sophisticated, intelligent, and sometimes brutal crime lord with a code of ethics. This portrayal reflects the duality of his life as both a benefactor and a perpetrator of crime in Harlem. In popular culture, Johnson's legacy continues to fascinate and intrigue. He's seen as a symbol of the struggle against systemic challenges and as a figure who left a lasting impact on the fabric of Harlem and the broader narrative of organized crime in the United States. Ellsworth Bumpy Johnson's story is more than a tale of crime. It's a narrative about resilience, power, and the complexities of the American dream. As we've seen, his life was a tapestry of harsh realities and unexpected generosity. Even decades after passing in 1968, Johnson's legacy continues to captivate us, finding new life in films, books, and TV shows. He remains an emblematic figure in Harlem's history, embodying the struggles and aspirations of a community during one of its most turbulent times. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the life of Bumpy Johnson. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into history's most fascinating figures.